recorded that, bro. At least the last 2 minutes.
This man keeps on saying what is happening? He keeps on saying Tyreek Hill. Yeah, and then he says it slow. I said the name starts with a T and ends with an H. Yeah, did you hear you?
Fuck this nigga, 1.9. Let's go.
It's an evil world we live in, bro. My God.
What is going on? And then,
would be
I can't. Your mic is fading in and out. I can't hear you.
This man put his
I
phone
said
in his
it's called
pocket.
context clues. I said Miss Washington would have been pissed off at you. Probably would have popped you in the hand with a ruler.
You said it's called context clues?
Yes.
Really? Really? If I said for $1 million, give me a word that starts with the letter A and ends with the letter E, and then I follow up and say French fry, does that mean you should use a context clue to come up with that?
There's no E.
There's no
I'm trying to fucking lock in. Stop talking, bro.
No, he needs to hear this because this is top 4 dumbest conversations I've ever been involved in. And then I'm not even mad about the logic. I'm mad he's trying to convince me I'm wrong for following his directions.
Infusion with DRock.
That's the baffling part about this. He's really trying to let this sink in as though I didn't follow or hear what he said.
Welcome to Gaslighting with DRock, starring your host, Lava.
This is crazy. Man said starts with the T and ends with the H and then keeps on repeating and giving me an answer that starts with the T and ends with a few other letters, neither of which are H.
I ain't even gonna lie, bro. The only reason why Nick caught it is because he knows who he is.
I know the Dolphins player.
I know who Tyreek Hill is. I know who Tyreek Hill is too. But too bad the man ain't putting me in that direction.
I know exactly who's
It doesn't matter what team you're on, DRock. You didn't get the right directions. You keep on saying the Dolphins. It don't matter.
Oh my God.
You said it starts with the T and ends with the H, and what is DRock? And you have my permission to use your phone. Please look up how Tyreek Hill is spelled, and please get back to me immediately.
Sir, I'm going to work.
He's going to work. I thought you were at work. The fuck?
See, this is the confusion I'm talking about. He's been at work for hours now, but now he's going to work. But, Nick, you were supposed to use your context clues to know that. Alright, that's the only way this conversation works, apparently. Because he could be at work and headed to work at the same time. That's what he does.
Hey, listen, I could do a whole lot. It's called articulation.
Find that.
What the heck? Do you know what articulation means? What are you talking about?
Find that.
I can do a lot. It's called articulation. Nigga, talk?
Ooh. What?
What is happening?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't even...
Making content.
Nah, bro.
No, this is you. This ain't content. This is bigger than a recording right now, brother. You alright?
I ain't even gonna lie. What the fuck?
I actually meant that. Like, I could do a whole lot. Long as I can articulate, that's all that matters.
You're not even articulating anything correctly. Let's start there.
I did. The T, I said begins with the T, ends with the H. If you would have paid attention to the beginning of the sentence, you would have been able to use context clues to understand what the fuck I was saying.
I know who the Dolphins are.
Man, listen.
He said, time out. I'm
not timing shit out. You timed out. Time yourself out.
Okay.
Damn.
Time out.
Read.
Time out. Because this again, you're not walking away from this as though I need to do better.
Hey, are you gonna watch the Super Bowl? The Patriots are in the Super Bowl.
I don't care.
Well, I'm just telling you, Patriots are in the Super Bowl.
I'm aware of that. Your team isn't.
Okay.
I'm aware of that. Now, here's the thing. The Patriots being in the Super Bowl is great and all, but that's not going to help my friend understand he's dumb. You said starts with the T and ends with the H, and then has the nerve to slip in the Dolphins as though that's supposed to bind it all together.
I'm just saying. I don't know what to tell you. All I gotta say is you gotta keep up.
What?
What he's trying to articulate on his way to work while at work is I need to read his mind apparently, which is a bag of cats. I'm not doing that.
What you getting at with the book script? Spit that shit out, man.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do. He needs to do better because that's ridiculous.
And you need to.
I'm about to start. I'm not even gonna go there right now. I'm about to start saying all types of wrong stuff the rest of the week, and every single time he misunderstands what I'm saying, I'm gonna be like, yo, you know what? Bro, come on, context clues.
Oh, God.
DRock, what you have for lunch today?
I mean, of course, he had his regular fucking 4 for 4 from Wendy's, bro.
No,
with the mango drink.
I want to hear it from him. DRock, what you have today for lunch, bro?
I'm gonna answer you in a second. Gary, it's not one thing that aggravates me the most is when people say something and be fucking wrong. When the last time you heard me eat fucking fast food?
No,
time. Coffee, bro.
Hold up. No. Gary, you just missed your open jab. You just said something wrong! What are you talking about? How do you get irritated over something you do?
Fast food. No, I didn't eat fast food in like a month or two.
This man is what is happening?
Oh, boy.
Wait, I need to be in the bed, but instead I'm out here dealing with this fucking job that I'm doing absolutely fucking nothing about, and I'm bored. I'm everything right now. I'm irritated.
This man is treacherous. What on earth is going on? DRock, what you have for lunch today, bro?
I don't remember.
What about yesterday?
A sandwich.
What kind?
A sandwich.
Turkey cheese and mayonnaise.
Now, why the heck are you telling me about this when Thanksgiving was last year?
Mayonnaise.
Wait.
Because it was last year.
Why are you telling me about what you had for lunch? But use context, clues, bro. I'm trying to find out what you had for Thanksgiving.
Context.
See, this is what happens. You don't articulate like I do. That's the problem here. Hey, DRock, by any chance on Thanksgiving, did you have a dish that starts with the first name M and the last name C? Your mic is faded. We can't hear you.
I said, yeah, milk chocolate cake.
But you're not drinking it. How you gonna cry if you're not drinking it? Drink it out.
I said for Thanksgiving you had a milk chocolate shake. Your mic is Fisher pricing right now. I can't hear you, brother.
I said yes. That was my dessert.
You missing out on
driving.
comedy gold right now.
You supposed to be reading my mind.
I am reading your mind.
No, you're not. You're not You're not doing two things at once.
Yeah, you're thinking about chocolate cake right now.
I'm not.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Bro, use the context clues and figure out what he's thinking about.
It's that simple.
You're wrong.
No, you're wrong. You're very wrong.
Oh, you're wrong. No, you're very wrong.
You using the wrong letters again.
There you go.
I said M and C. This nigga said chocolate shake. This is you would have felt Miss Washington. I'm sending this to Miss Washington. How about the?
What you want, MC?
Feel bad for her.
We all do.
You've heard of this.
She failed him. His English teacher failed him.
You keep playing. I'm gonna send AP to your house.
I'm not playing this game with you and initials no more. I don't even know who on earth that is, and I'm not even trying to guess anymore. For
You
all I
selling
know,
Adrian Peterson?
no, AP could be AP could be Christina Milian for all I know, based on how this nigga does the alphabet. Because I don't know what he on.
Zoe
It
Kravitz
was
or some
fucking-
shit.
Yeah,
was it?
it could be Zoe
Yeah,
Donata.
well,
I don't know what the he don't know what the alphabet do anymore. I'm
Christina
done.
Milian showed
It
up.
was Ashley Paulinese.
Nah, that's nice. Listen. You just send whoever you want, because by the time you get through giving them the information, they're gonna end up on an address in Nebraska, and then you're gonna say use context clues to get to Troy's house.
Oh man, this is fun. Hey, yeah, I definitely got to be on this podcast. I'm gonna make some nice content.
I'm not talking to you on here anymore.
Drink your milk.
Hey, Novus, can I give you a tip?
Oh
No.
Lord. Oh.
My dude.
I'm gonna go deaf real quick.
Hey, bro. Before you take a tip from DRock, just remember, bro, it comes with context clues as a disclaimer.
Actually, hold on. Him and Abba took a tip from me before, and it worked.
Okay.
What was it?
So I was
You
gonna
got
give him
context
another tip.
You better hope she ain't listening to this. You'll never accept your advice
Whoa,
again.
whoa. What you mean by that, DRock?
That's
Hey
crazy.
yo,
That's
get the
crazy.
fuck out of here. Hey yo.
That's actually crazy.
Hey.
Oh
What the fuck
Lord.
been?
Where the fuck did you go?
See, you don't know this because you don't have a job that has you working when you're not even at work.
What?
I was on top of what you're saying because my job is like that. I choose not to do it. I'm going to do it the next day I'm at work because I like my sanity.
I know, but
But nigga,
there's-
anybody besides retail workers can do that. Is work from home. I can work from home right now if I want to
No,
do certain shit
no,
that I can
you're
do.
not-
I'm just not going to because
not-
I already got paid for the day.
okay, you gonna stop talking so I can tell you what I'm saying?
Nigga, you trying to interrupt me? I was talking.
Because I'm trying to, because you're listening to respond instead of listening to what I'm saying. I like for instance,
Hey, Vivid,
I have
tell me
to-
this nigga ain't just quote. Tell me this nigga ain't just quote me. What am I hearing right now? What's going on?
Go ahead, D-Rock. Go ahead. I'm
So,
listening, bro. Go ahead.
just like me, if I'm at home, I'm off. I'm not doing anything. But let my job call me and say, "Oh, we need this or we need that." I have to do it right then and there. I can't just sit there and say, "Oh no, I'll deal with it when I get back to work." Certain things I could do that with, certain things I can't. I gotta actually do it right then and there so that they have it. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but that's the response. Like that's your job title, or whatever. That's whatever you have to do outside of work. Is you don't really have to do it. You could also wait until the next day, or like if you're a salary worker, I understand that. If you're hourly, like if you're like my example, if you're working a retail job, you can't fucking stock shelves from home. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, no, that's different. But yeah, like usually most salary
it depends
jobs,
on the job. Like either
Yeah.
way, that's something that you're not. It's not something that you're forced to do unless it's a task that was
No
like
way.
it's like if it's imperative that you do it and you do it alone. Not everybody, not like there's nobody else that can do it. I'm sure, like for example, someone that hits you up at your job, they need you to do something. I'm pretty sure there's someone already there that can do it for you. I'm saying homework shouldn't have existed in the first place because when will they have the time to learn life skills like cooking or shit like carpentry or whatever? They don't have those type of home ed classes anymore in like high schools and stuff. It's pretty rare for them to have that.
I mean,
They
you're
can
right.
at the least have no homework and let them have that at home.
Well, the point of that was you having homework and having to learn life skills was for you to learn how to manage it so that you can do it. You can manage your time, prioritize, and get stuff done. But to your point, I forgot the way things are nowadays. You can have a retail job and make good money. I forgot that part.
Well, yeah.
Like it's totally changed because when I was growing up, like no retail job, that was good for you to be working for when you're in high school, when you're in college. But once you get out of college and you get a real like you out there in the real world, you need an actual good job that pays a salary.
Right. If you're an on-call worker and shit like that's different too. Then that but what I'm saying is that's situational, you know. And not only that, it's homework is not giving you another task to do. Homework majority of the times, 9 times out of 10, is usually just reviewing what you already learned in class and what you already did in class.
Mm-hmm.
This is like I never saw a real point in homework at all.
I just told you what their thought process was behind
It's to
it.
get you ready for the workforce, but that's what school is for in the first place. It's not what homework is for.
Yeah, what school in
Niggas
now?
already
'Cause
out there for
this
8 hours.
this
Niggas
school,
already out. They already clocked in at 7 in the morning and clocked out at 3, 4 o'clock. Like it, they're
and
already there and they did their job for the day.
but the way school is now, school is a hangout. It ain't no. I
School has
swear.
always been like that. Even in your day, school has been a hangout.
Yeah.
Depends on who the
No.
person is. It's
No.
all
Hey,
dependent on the person.
lava. You gonna chime in on this?
I'm enjoying myself too much, so no, thank you.
So when me and Lava was in school, it wasn't. It was more of yes, you kind of chilled a little bit, but you had to learn how to manage your time. Like if you got all your shit done, you can fuck around. But if you
That's what
wasn't
I'm
doing,
saying, DRock.
yeah, like
Is that it depends on the person. There's in your day, yeah, you guys were focusing on your tasks and shit like that, maybe hanging out like and chilling sometimes. There's straight niggas just not showing up to school and just cutting classes to go to the beach or whatever. It's all on the person.
yeah,
It's not on the generation.
and that wasn't a thing back then. You probably had like 2 or 3 kids that would be skipping school, like not showing up at school or not doing their work. Nowadays, you might as well say damn near the whole school don't be doing it.
I
Like
don't
it's
know.
so many kids that basically
They
don't
got
show up
online
to
school and shit
school.
like that too. That could be another reason. People just doing
Not
classes from home and shit
so
like that.
Gary, I was a school resource officer. You know how many like when it got down to the end of the year, you know how many kids were failing? It was at least 60% of the school was failing because they weren't either showing up, doing their work. That's bad. That was unheard of. And it wasn't just in the school that I was working in. It was in other schools as well. Shit. Matter of fact, my cousin that's still up north, same thing. He was failing because not because he was skipping school, but because he wasn't doing his work. He was coming home bullshitting.
I feel you.
But I mean, times is changing. I keep forgetting that. Like that is nuts. Because I'm gonna tell you this much: when shit hits the fan and the world goes to shit, most of these kids are gonna be lost as adults. They won't know how to do shit.
Well, that's why.
Because they're not being taught the life
Teach 'em
skills that
that.
they need.
Huh?
When do you be doing that as a parent?
So yes, I'm doing that with my kids, but then you gotta worry about the other kids. So let's just
Derek, I
say
got a
that.
question for you,
Then
bro.
it's a natural selection.
Yeah,
Derek,
but
I got a
no.
quick question for you, bro. Before
But
you get ready.
hold on, before you ask that question. See, I was going to tell you this is how you develop. I don't want to say it like this. So let's just say it is a apocalypse, right? My kids know how to handle themselves. They know how to gather food. They know how build the structure and all that. But then you got these kids that don't know how to do all that because their parents failed them, and now they're sitting there raiding the people that know how to do stuff instead of trying to learn from them.
Natural selection. All right. If they want to be a janitor, they can be a janitor. Because they want to make 6 figures. Well, guess what? They're gonna make 6 figures. Leave it alone.
It's all dependent on the
This has
person.
always been like that. It has always been like
All
that.
generations.
But it
It's always
seems
been
like
like that.
it seems like it's getting worse. That's what I'm saying. It
I
seems
got a
like
question, Derek. I got a question though.
go ahead, go
How
ahead.
many people in your generation, when you was younger, No. How many older people when you was younger, you heard, or how many of those people that came to y'all school worried about y'all not being ready for the future and stuff like that? Basically sounding like you right now. How many times you heard that?
None. The only thing I
You
heard from
lying.
them is
Y'all are from
they
a generation of girls getting pregnant at fucking 12, bro.
hold on. No.
That's before us.
That's the generation after us. No, it wasn't that. No,
Nah.
I say before us.
it, that wasn't us because girls
That
wasn't
was
getting
y'all.
pregnant. The
And you said you
earliest
was in
you
school
would
in
hear about a girl getting
2006.
pregnant in our
I was
generation was like
second
16.
grade.
That was the earliest. But no, the only thing that they were saying about us is we got it easy. They didn't say that we wouldn't be able to handle ourselves. They just said that we had it easy. That's it.
You remember that Ludacris and Mary J. Blige song, bro? That
Yeah.
Runaway. That's from y'all generation, bro.
The heck was the point of that?
He
That's like
trying
everybody y'all
to.
generation. That story is for everybody y'all generation, bro.
Boy, I would pick the most cracked out, lean, heavy lyrics I could think of and say that that's this generation. That ain't making no point.
Hey, them niggas making M's off that lean.
No, they
You know
not.
what?
They dying at 14.
Hell no. That ain't my generation.
Okay.
My generation, I think them niggas should be like Gary.
Hey, Waterboy, who your favorite rapper?
What?
Future, bro, of course.
You said who?
Future, bro.
You said
Can't
Lucci?
say
Future.
Future.
Future. Oh, Future.
Future.
Oh,
You can't say
Lord.
nothing bad about him.
Lava. What? That mother. You know what? You might be right. Because at the end of the day, he came out and said he don't do drugs. But I don't know about the lean part. I'm pretty sure this motherfucker, he sip
Man,
on
them
lean.
niggas lied about that, bro. I don't care what nobody say.
He does drugs too. I'm not believing that.
So,
And that was Nicki Minaj that said that dumb shit. See where she at right now.
And married to a pedophile.
Yeah, about that. She in the White House, which is just as bad right now.
I know. Her whole
Shit.
fan base canceling her right now.
She a Trump supporter.
That's another thing I ain't look too much into. I really don't be caring about all this stuff, but I seen her say something about the gays, and you know her whole fan base is basically gay people.
Mm-hmm.
Lost 70% of her whole fan base, bro. That shit crazy, bro.
95.
Yeah, you're right, bro. Close to 95.
The women
Word. Matter of fact, yeah, they really. She's stupid. She burnt herself. On that note, I'm actually about to get ready for bed. I'll catch y'all.
Oh, before you do that, let me just say this real quick.
You finna kick people.
No, I'm not. The whole thing about homework is this. Like, to what DRock is saying, and I get both sides of what everybody's saying. I feel like, first of all, you're not going to catch me advocating for homework. That will never happen. But the whole idea of homework is, I got a different way of saying what he was saying. Homework is meant to quote-unquote create character. Which is, like, part of why they transformed, like, the meaning of it or, like, how it's actually being done. Notice how homework has evolved over time. Homework turned into check-ins. Check-ins turned into learning checks.
Check-ins?
Yeah, like check-in. Like instead of calling it homework, they'll say just do these exercise problems and we'll check in. That's homework. It's literally the same thing. So, like, the whole idea behind homework is ultimately to make sure, like, it's not even about the content. I think there's a very clear understanding because, like, our generation had this expression, and it probably didn't originate with us, but people will say, you know, you're never going to use this in real life. You're never going to use, you know, a squared plus b squared equals c squared or whatever, which might very much be the case for most people on Earth.
I still haven't.
But that doesn't mean that there wasn't a quote-unquote lesson to take out of it. It wasn't about knowing how to use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. It was about, to DRock's point, disciplining yourself to learn things whether or not you think you're going to need them or not. And
But that isn't that the purpose of school, though?
well, the yes and no. and I think, not to get philosophical here, I think the purpose of school isn't necessarily,
I see what he's
8
saying.
to 4 or 9 to 5 or whatever the hours are. The purpose of
Yeah.
school is more so saying, like, hey, number one, you're always learning. So because you're always learning, let's just take an opportunity to set some examples around you learning things just to learn things in some cases. Some of the stuff you will need every day. Some of this stuff you'll never see or hear again, but the point is you still need to learn it and discipline yourself, because in life you're going to learn a bunch of things, hear a bunch of things, experience a bunch of things that you're not going to need, but you still have to learn it.
You're right. And I'm not, I could easily use, like, for example, masters, but that's, you're going back to school on your own, like on your own to do that. I'm going to use my credentials, for example. My credentials is written in that for me being a BCBA, I have to learn. Like, I have to go and research on the current, like, treatments for my clients. Like, I'm always performing to the best of my abilities, I'm always providing the best services. So to what he's saying, I mean, yeah, you're right. Like, we're always learning. It's requiring you to always learn. So I see what you're saying about that. This is a good ice cream sandwich.
I know, boy.
Again, like I like half agreed on the point of, yes, 7 to 3, 8 to 4, whatever. It is preparing you for the workforce. Yes, that's not school's sole purpose, though. Is of course for you to learn. It's a learning place. Whether you choose to pay attention or not, it's natural selection at that point. If you pay attention and actually learn something.
I knew you were gonna win.
But I feel like it's much more worthwhile to teach, like, have the parents teach life skills and everything while they're at home and have the ability to, rather than trying to review what they already learned in class. This is something that they're going to do the next day anyway. That's my whole thing about it.
Yeah.
Balance. Like,
there you go. That was the word I was looking for. Balance.
So like, Gary, you're absolutely right, and I'm not, like, what I'm about to say is kind of adding on to it, not disagreeing. The adding on piece to that is, while I agree with you 100%, like for example, when I'm talking with a bunch of people for my job, one of the questions I get, like, from like the fall semester, for example, is like, why is there so much work in this program? Like, why is it, like, constantly just being piled on? They're not getting a chance to learn X, Y, Z, etc., etc. And all of that is fair. Part of the program is when you start to get into more challenging things start to get piled on more and more. Some of these lessons that we're quote-unquote learning or experiencing aren't about actually remembering something. It's about handling the pressure, too. Where I'm going with this is, like, learning. Fine, you're doing that in a school setting, to your point, and I agree. Whether you choose to learn it or not is completely up to you. You get home. You're still learning when you get home, and now with those remaining hours, you need to find out, because you're going to be entering the workforce presumably one day, how to fit everything in your 8-hour break that you get between sleeping and going back to work or school again. So, like, that opportunity is there for when they get home, but also the point of homework, bringing everything back full circle, is to say, like, hey, this is just adding on and seeing how much pressure you can take on, because sometimes you're going to run into circumstances where there's more to do than there are hours in a day. So it does make sense, and I like, homework's not going to always be relevant, but I don't think the idea of homework was ever meant to say, like, hey, we're trying to rob you of you learning other things. It's to say, hey, there are other things to be learned, and you need to find out how to fit it in on top of other things that are going to come up in life.
Mm-hmm. I know that it's not in spite of, like, it's not like what you just said right now. I know it's not to prevent you from learning other things. Yeah. Originally, back in, like, when the school system was originally, like, created, there was one teacher that invented homework, but it was not for that purpose. It was used as a form of punishment at that time.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then the fucking school board thought it was a good idea to implement it, not only as a punishment, but as a part of the learning. Like I get what you're saying with trying to forge like build characters. What I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I see the point of you saying that build character by putting the pressure on.
If done correctly.
If done correctly, yeah. But you know, I'm a strong advocate for the other side of the spectrum where I'd rather focus that energy into other skills, other things that you still have to develop as an adult. Because there's some people like to DRock's point, there's some people that like their parents don't teach them shit. You know, that they go into life as an adult still thinking like a kid. Like me, I had to learn majority of the shit that I learned on my own. You know, like the only thing I was really taught was how to drive. You know, but I had to learn myself how to cook. You know, do these things, manage my time properly. I still don't even manage my time properly.
Well, so you saying
you
I
see me? I'm still here at 2:30 in the morning.
Hey Gary, I got a question for you. When you was in school, was you able to walk around school with like with your headphones on, listening to music and stuff like that?
Have a what? I'm sorry.
What was you able to walk around the school with your headphones on, listening to music and all that? Like walk through the hallways and all that?
Oh yeah, public school education, bro. They don't give a shit about me.
Hey, so Lava, was we able to do that?
Well, you're talking about one school, DRock. Like at the same time, when we were attending, like where we attended school in our school, no, but down the street in Amboy,
what kind of school?
Or North, this is public school. Like down the street in Amboy or North or whatever, I don't know the rules. I can guarantee they were probably able to.
It was the same in North. You couldn't be on your phone. You couldn't be listening to music. You couldn't be doing none of that. They confiscated.
DRock, Tom, stop for 1 second. You're not going to convince me. First of all, if a teacher in North confiscated a student's phone, the students was going to be fighting them. So I don't. As far as like regulation or whatever, I'm not even trying to hear that when it comes to that population. It was not.
Lava, you forgot. I was in North public schools before I came to Woodbridge.
That was what? That was in high school. That was like what, 1 year in high school max?
Yeah.
Okay. They was not running, dude. No.
I promise you, they were.
Okay.
Because that's another thing. The teachers in the, well, not the teachers nowadays, but the teachers back when I was going to school in North, they weren't regular teachers. They were hood teachers. Like they would curse you out. They'll put hands on you. So they were ready to rock. If you wanted to fight, they was ready to fight.
What?
Yeah,
what fucking school you went to? What the fuck?
Yeah, man, act like he went to UFC high school, bro.
No,
at the end of the day, like they probably had their rules and regulations. To your point of what's allowed versus what people are doing, they're current day, whether they allow it or not, students are going to do it anyway because they were doing it when we were in high school, and that's why every 10 seconds you would hear headphones off or take the hood off or this and that. Because people were constantly pushing back against the rules or what they were supposed to be doing. It happens.
You haven't been finishing.
What I was saying was so now the way schools are is they empower the kids and take away the power from the teachers. So like they'll be in class trying to teach them something and there's so many different distractions that it's not getting through to them. That's why you got so many kids nowadays failing it those big tests for like the state or whatever, state tests. That's why they be failing them and gotta come back during the summer and do them over. Yeah, the standardized test. Because they're not paying attention. They got so many distractions, and that's because the way they got it set up, they got the kids, they're able to do whatever they want to do. Where when we was going to school, that wasn't a thing. They made it a point that you're going to learn this and you're going to pass these damn tests.
I feel like it's both sides of the spectrum, though, too. Of course, it's the school's responsibility to make sure that they're paying attention, of course. It's also the parents' responsibility to let them know that, hey, this is a place for learning. This isn't a place for you to be bullshitting.
Yeah.
It's both sides, you know. There's just so many factors that go into it, down to the type of kid that they are, the type of parents they have at home, the type of teachers and school district that they're part of. There's just so many factors to it, you know.
And
like my school, they didn't really care all that much or whatever, So there was kids that were really paying attention and learning and got like honor roll and shit like that. And then on the other side of the spectrum, like I was saying earlier, there are people that are cutting class and not even showing up and leaving early and shit to go do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why I was trying to explain to you that I don't think it's a generation thing. It's just the way that the parents are with their kids, the way that the school district and the teachers are within the school that are treating them, and how they're enforcing the rules down to the kids themselves. You know, you can have shitty parents in a shitty school district and still pay attention and become somebody.
Well, and to my point, that's one of the things I was saying. Like, every generation, it seems like it shifts more to the kids that are skipping school, and you get what I'm saying. Like when me and him was when me and Lava was in school, it was maybe what 20% of the population that was skipping school, not doing what they were supposed to do. Now we fast forward to now, you damn near got 60% of the population in school skipping class, not doing what they're supposed to do, and failing. Like it's getting worse and worse. That's what I was saying.
Right.
And you could tell. Like even with my son now, anytime he about to like, what was he doing? He was in the kitchen. He was washing dishes before he was about to leave because he didn't do it the night before, and he had his headphones on. And I recently had went up to the school to talk to his principal about something dealing with sports. And while I was sitting in the office, I was watching kids walking around through the hallway during the time they supposed to be in class. They walk around through the hallway with, I'm not talking about earbuds. I'm talking about big ass studio headphones on, walking through the hallway. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are they not in class? And why are they sitting? I'm like, no, what? It ain't my kid. So the next morning, I seen him watching this with the headphones on. So I was like, I hope you don't be in school with your headphones on, just listening to music. He looked at me and paused and didn't say nothing. I was like, yeah, we not doing that. Put them shits upstairs. We not doing that. You gonna go
I
to
hear
school,
you.
you gonna learn something, you gonna come home, you gonna do what you're supposed to do. In the story. We're not doing that shit. But
Well, I mean, yeah. I
it's
mean, you
not
can
too
let
many
them do it
parents
at
that do that.
home, but you could tell them, "Hey, this shit stays here at home. Like this
Yeah.
don't go outside of home."
But
You know.
it's not too many parents doing that now. Nowadays, parents let kids do what they want. That's why you got so many things going on in the world, and
Exactly.
mostly these juveniles that's doing it, which is
And the
stupid.
thing is too is yeah, the discipline and all that stuff, but a lot of it has to do with social media too. You know,
You
I
got
feel like
parents,
a lot of it has to do with social media.
yeah, you got parents calling police to discipline their kids. That was unheard of. Nowadays, that is a big thing. You can ask any cop. Do you get
That's crazy.
calls about coming to somebody's house to discipline somebody else's kid? And I promise you, they'll tell you all the time. I promise you. It's sad. Like this shit is,
As I
it's
said,
ridiculous.
nobody's listening to their parents anymore. Really,
Yeah,
you know.
'cause you want to know why? Because they give the power to the kids with and empower them with the whole, hey, oh, if your parent hits you, call child protective service or DSS or you know what I mean? That
Nigga, we had that too.
did we call them or did they get called? Absolutely not. Want to know
Man,
why? Because we valued our lives. Fuck.
you
You get what I'm
cold, bro.
saying?
The thing is, bro, niggas ain't know the power of that junk for real. We ain't know that junk really gonna work or not. But these children on social media, they see that junk all the time actually work. That's why
And
they
that's
got the
the
power to do that.
and that's the problem. So now you got parents out here that's scared to do anything that
Like
are
you can
scared to
embarrass your
discipline their
mama right
kids.
now on a video. Make sure she won't do nothing crazy to you again.
And
Yeah,
so that comes back to his point, though, of social media. Like when we were in high school, the only social media that existed was MySpace, and this was not happening then. They're
that
able to
is
see
true.
it. They're
All
able
that
to
stuff was
easily see.
local too, though.
Local to who? That
Like,
the
bro,
pro. When you say local, that like there are trends by area. Like you will have
that's what
one
I'm
high
saying.
school in one city who might be on something that the next high school in the next city might not be up to speed on yet.
When I say that, I mean like within your state, bro. Like you ain't finna. Y'all up north, bro. Y'all ain't like it's more space down here. But for us, everything on social media back then stayed local, like within us. All right, I can't
Space.
find no more than that. Y'all ain't got that much space up there, bro. think y'all New York, Maryland, all that. Y'all make up Florida.
No, what? To be honest with you, I would say everybody in Central Jersey. That was, if you want to call it local, that would be the local. Everybody knew what everything was going on in Central Jersey. If you lived in Central Jersey, if you lived in South Jersey, you knew what was going on in South Jersey. If you lived in North Jersey, you knew what was going on in North Jersey. But to your point, Waterboy, that's how it was. It wasn't, oh, if you live in this city, that's all you know what's going on in this city. No, it was regions. So like we was in Woodbridge, we know what was going on in Linden, Rawway, North, Irvington, Elizabeth.
I mean, he
We
doesn't
knew
know.
it.
He doesn't know the proximity of those towns, bro.
Yeah, well, they're
It's
literally
all within the same state, though, right?
yeah. But when it came down to like other states, we weren't, as kids, we weren't paying attention to other states like that.
No, not at all. Unless you have family or someone that lived there.
Yeah. If anything, you barely was paying attention to the other regions in New Jersey. You was mostly paying attention to the region that was close to you, which would be Central Jersey.
And I mean, at least in our case, Central Jersey was the fastest part of the state as far as like trends or anything for that matter that was really happening is always based out of Central Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the hoods be located for the most part. Except freaking Trenton
And Camden.
And Camden, they can have both of them.
Trenton and Camden was
Camden, bro. That shit crazy, bro.
But you want to know what's crazy?
Camden trying to be Philly so bad.
But Newark was worse than Camden.
At the time, yeah.
Newark was worse than Camden, and everybody kept saying Camden was worse because where Camden was surrounded by a lot of good neighborhoods. Well, good cities, I should say. That's the only reason why Camden got all the spotlight it did, because it was surrounded.
I ain't even gonna lie too, bro. When I drove through Camden not that long ago for a concert, bro, I was driving by like these nice houses. I was like, oh, this nice house. Holy shit, this is really nice. And then like 1 block away, it's night and day. Fucking instant ghetto. I was like, holy shit, what the fuck?
Like
exactly.
Per
like
capita?
at least in Philly, bro, it blends. It like, you know, it's like the shitty area. Then it's getting to like it's just all right, you know. And then it gets to the nice area.
Like,
Motherfucker went from beautiful to down here to the gates of hell. Like
per capita, per person, Camden's worse than Newark now. Like as far as like
now.
crimes per person, crimes per incident, whatever. It's
you want to know why? So one thing that a lot of people didn't notice, I would say the region that we lived in, the police force, they started hiring people that had good records but was out of the hood. If that makes sense. So they started hiring the same people that they have to deal with. They started hiring them that had good records. That's why it started getting like that. So you got cops out here that's dealing with people that think they gonna fight a cop. Cop gonna sit there and be like, all right, throw your hands up. Oh, you want to go on the chase? All right, I got the will too. Let's go. That's exactly what was going on. That's why, like in Newark, that's why I calmed down mostly because you see a cop walk up, damn near half of the people on the block knew who that cop was because they grew up with him. They ran the streets with him. He just never got caught. That's how that worked. It's crazy, but it worked at the end of the day.
That is interesting.
How's like ghetto shit and shit like that over there in Alabama? What a boy.
So what?
Like the ghetto and shit like that. Like how's the situation over there? Because I know it's in like cities is different than, you know, more like towards the south.
Yo, down south ghetto is way different than up north ghetto.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Because since it's so dense in our area and shit like that, you know, it's. I'm not gonna say worse or anything like that. It's just more common.
I don't even know how to answer that, bro.
So I'm gonna tell you, Gary, down south ghetto, and Waterboy, don't take offense to this. They're ignorant. I'm gonna tell you why. I
Fucking
say that.
ignorant up here too.
Not
They ignorant in
everyone.
Chicago.
All
They ignorant up
ghettos.
here. That's all ghettos, bro.
Hold on, no, there's levels to ignorancy. So up north ghetto, yes, they're ignorant, but they got some type of smarts to them. You get what I'm saying? Like they know how to move a certain way. Down south is since it's that type of atmosphere where it's free nilly, like they just do whatever. They're like super ignorant. Like they
Niggas
don't
don't even know how to drive up here,
like
bro.
if you sit there and
Talking
you
about some
ask them
act
like,
right.
yo, like, why'd you do that? Oh, because I felt like it. Like there's no reasoning behind it, there's no wrong, like they didn't even think about it, they just did it. It's
What the
like,
fuck? There's niggas everywhere.
nah, so up north, if something happens, it was for a reason. If somebody gets shot, it was for a reason.
Nigga, I could
Niggas
sit. I
finna
could
get shot for
sit.
a reason here too, bro.
People could sit in their fucking parking spot too long, bro, and just get shot over here in Philly, bro. Like that's every ghetto, bro. Not even gonna lie to you. Like that's every ghetto.
So I don't know more. I don't know too much about Philly. But I know from the areas that I've been in, like literally, if somebody got shot up north, like in where I lived at, it was for a legit reason, and it wasn't, oh, I just shot him because I felt like it. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Nobody saying that.
It was a reason behind it, and it made sense, but it was wrong. You get what I'm saying?
Waterboy,
I get what you're saying. Like you're saying that
to do
it's,
better, brother.
yeah. I need your people to start shooting niggas for nothing, bro. Like
No,
like
and
I ain't gonna lie, DRock. It's fuck. I lost my train of thought.
That's
Son of a
crazy.
bitch.
Man, so I need your people to shoot people for a reason. That's crazy. Yes. Yes. This man not to say my name.
It'll come.
yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Weird. I said
But,
we gotta fight this nigga Simon. I think.
Hold up.
Simon Petrikov.
who about to do what?
Where the heck are you at?
Bro, I fell down here, bro.
Let me get out of here. I'm bugging. Bye.
Nah. Oh, crazy. He didn't even let me get my point off, bro.
Get your point off, bro.
Fuck. Well, he's saying that people in the South shoot people for no motive or anything like that. That happens everywhere. I actually would argue it happens more up here because of how densely populated the Northeast is.
And with that being said, we're gonna wrap it up right there. You tuned into an unofficial version of our podcast. Thank you for listening.